Hi, RD Berry here. Welcome to episode 1 in my Let's Play of Final Fantasy 12. So I promised a story so far, and I'm gonna have to refer to my notes here a little bit, so I'm going to be pausing and um, unpausing and then cutting out the pauses, so it'll go a little bit, hopefully go a little bit more smoothly in the replay. The technology level is a little mixed. There's still knights in armor, and people are fighting with swords and spears, though occasionally also magic. Um, but there are also flying vehicles and things like that. So it's kind of a mix, and it's a fantasy game. Fantasy is right there in the title, so that's what you get. A little bit like Star Wars. People are fighting with lightsabers, but they're still flying around in spaceships. So in a fantasy world, you can do whatever you want, and that's what people do. Okay, so the um, main population consists of Humes, which is which are basically just humans. Um, uh, and just like just like Tolkien and a lot of other fantasy works, there are multiple other intelligent races. Tolkien has dwarves and elves and hobbits and ents and etc. etc. In this game, there are not only humans but a whole list of other ones, and they're really too many to really count because we don't see every single representative from every single one in the game, or if we do, they're very we get to see a glimpse of them and we learn very little about them. So lots of variety, but there's only a few that we really need to be familiar with, but the main one is or the main race is Humes. Okay, so politically, the continent is divided by a rivalry between the Arcadian Empire and the Rosarian Empire. All these guys you see on the floor here are Arcadians. We are a small band of knights from the kingdom of Dalmasca. Dalmasca, and Nebradia were kind of caught in the middle between Arcadia and Rosaria, and Arcadia invaded Nebradia, and that fell without too much warning. So Dalmasca sent its forces to this fortress of Nalbina, and that was that big battle we saw. But even though Nalbina, it was a fairly well fortified city, it fell due to the overwhelming power of the Arcadian forces. One thing I should mention is at the very beginning we saw a marriage that was between Princess Ash of Dalmasca and Prince Rassler of Nabradia. That didn't last long because Rossler was mortally wounded in the battle that we just talked about. So at this point, Ash is a widow. We will, more to come on that. Spoiler alert. Fortress has fallen. There doesn't seem to be anything holding back the Arcadian forces. The king of Dalmasca, King Ramnas, comes to the now occupied fortress to surrender. But at the last minute, this small band of Dalmascan knights learns that Ramnas will be betrayed, and we've come to the fortress to try to rescue the king before it's too late. And we'll just have to see how that goes. Alright, so we start the game as Reks. He's a very young 17-year-old. I don't know if he's even a knight yet or what, but he is a member of this band of Dalmascan soldiers who are trying to save the king. This is basically a tutorial section. Spoiler alert, there's really nothing, no way to change the outcome of this. Nothing that happens here will affect the rest of the game. So this is really just pure tutorial. It's not even very easy to like get it wrong and die. So you would have to like really try to do that, I think. Anyway, so like a good tutorial, it makes you read everything before you can actually do it. So the first thing they want you to do is learn how to change the camera, and that's done with the arrow keys. So let's go ahead and do that. It won't let us do anything else before we do that, not even pause, really. Oh, I have to hit space to clear that. Alright. Okay. So Imperials in this case are another name for the Arcadian forces. Alright. Use arrow keys to adjust the viewing angle. So we do that, and as soon as we go, I think as soon as we go a full circle, they end that. And now Bosch. Bosch is our captain, by the way. WASD to move. Left shift to run. So let's try both of those. You can walk. Right. So So the next challenge is to go over and stand in front of Bosch. So yeah, they start you out really slowly here. Let's just practice with the. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, so the shift works as a toggle. I never knew that. So shift to toggle walk, and then shift to toggle change back to run. I guess there's not really a lot of reason to use walk very often, but it's there if you need it. So this is apparently full speed here at this point. Let's okay. Alright. And that little icon above the smiley face, it's just a marker that says that's someone you can talk to, and they will talk back. Otherwise, you can try to talk to them all you want, and they will just stand there. Kind of rude, but that's how the game works. Okay. I think I'll just skip through this since I just I just went through that. We could talk to Bosch again, by the way, but let's not. This is an unnamed Dalmascan knight here. Right. Don't throw your life away. Well, okay, like I said, it's not... The outcome is pretty much predetermined here, so whether we throw away our life or not is not really up to us. Anyway, yeah. And they talks about Rex's brother, and his name is Vaughn, and we'll be seeing more of him later in the game. Another spoiler alert. Okay. So we need to go through the gate, which is, you get the exclamation point there to signal that there's something you can do. They call it the action icon. I call it a exclamation point. And it just says you're near something. If you to actually use it, you have to get fairly close. So let's actually get close enough so we get the double exclamation point, and then we can open the gate. All right. Drive back. The Imperial standing between us and the king. Yes. Dalmasca's king future hangs in the balance. Okay. Yeah. Again. Well, never mind. Stay focused on the foes before you. I will watch rearward. Right. Okay. Just so you know, Bosch is a much more powerful fighter than you are. So, if you're at all worried about losing, then let Bosch do the most of the fighting. But it's not really a issue, I think. Open the party menu by pressing R. And we have to hit space first. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little weird because you can't actually open the party menu until they go through this next bunch of the tutorial, but they do need to cover this. So red line means you are being attacked. If there's a blue line means somebody or an enemy you are attacking or targeting. Yeah. If you don't see who's attacking, then use the arrow keys. And there's also a battle menu. So there was R for the party menu and space for the battle menu. Let's do R first if we can. Yeah. You can change targets or actions at any time. Press space, that's the battle menu, and select items to use a potion. And there's other ways of curing yourself at this point too, so we'll have options. Yeah. So you don't have to keep hitting, saying attack, attack, attack. If you are attacking and you stop to use a potion, you will continue to attack after that. So that's what I was saying before about the game kind of automates what you're doing, so you don't have to keep repeating commands. Okay, so okay, this is the party menu. We see our party, which consists of one person at the moment, Reks. We can see details. There's all these, just like a normal RPG. There's all these statistics, which are really difficult to parse, I think. No status effects, because there are status effects in this game, but not at the moment. We've got a current level, HP, MP are the most important things. We've got 169 EXP. If we could get to level 4, but I don't know if we're locked into level 3 or not. I don't know. I don't think we really get a lot of EXP. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't really make a difference at this point in the game. So let's get out of that. Press C, I believe, to cancel that. Inventory shows our current abilities, our items. They talked about potions before. Weapons, we've got a mithril sword, armor, various leather-based equipment. Config, I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, so let's start. I hit space for the battle menu, and I could perform various magical spells. This character doesn't really have a lot of options there, so we'll not do that. We could also use the potions from the items there, but really what we want to do is just attack. So I'll attack. We're not quite at the stage where we can attack automatically. You do have to do one. You do have to target your foe at least once. But other than that, it pretty much attacks automatically. It says Imperial Swordsman, and the color kind of tells you the relative level. Blue kind of means that we're more or less at the same level, or the swordsman is a bit lower level. We don't really get a level number, but I think we can deduce probably that he's probably level 3 or 4. If you start seeing yellow or even red, then that means you probably want to retreat rather than attack. So let's go ahead and attack, and we'll just keep attacking here until, yeah, that didn't take long. Okay. And we've got a band of like 5. Right, and that's not including Vossler, who went on ahead.
Captain?
Alright. So we've got our first boss, and the way you can tell is because you get this giant health bar at the top of the screen. It's not a particularly difficult boss as bosses go, especially since we're outnumbering at 5-1 here, and Bosch is really overpowered to start with. It's spelled B-A-S-C-H, by the way, not like the artist Bosch or even the detective Bosch. Anyway. So on this one, I'm going to start out with, we're not really using magic for anything else, so I might as well cast a spell on it just to see how it's done. We'll do a black magic and thunder. We target the enemy. Now, by pressing 1 and 3, we can target other people. We can, if we want to attack the soldier there, that's fine. Bosch is a much higher level than we are, so we can't even see his level, but these other guys, I think, are the same level as Reks. But let's not do that. Let's try. We can attack ourselves if we want. That's game doesn't prevent you from doing that. It just makes it slightly more difficult than normal. Okay, so let's go ahead and attack the hair cutter. Okay, so Bosch's attack was worth 90 there, and everybody else is like in the 10s, and our magic spell was like about half of what Bosch's attack was. So yeah, Bosch is really overpowered compared to the rest of us here. Anyway, let's do another magic attack. Okay, and I think that's enough of that. We can just go ahead and start attacking. And we want to make sure that we're in range, so right. So, like a lot of enemies, they got it. This has a special attack called the Remora Strike, and it seems to just attack multiple people at once. Anyway, keep going. People are throwing potions our way, so there's really no need to worry about healing. Okay. And it's about to do the second strike, but now Bosch steps in. Uses a special attack. And that pretty much, yeah.
My engines are hit. She'll not hold much longer.
We receive you, Tomberry. You've leave to retire. Well fought.
Okay.
My thanks, Antlion. Tomberry disengaging.
So that gets rid of that enemy. Okay, so you can see that these are different levels. The C is going to be the lowest level. The other two, since they're yellow, are slightly higher levels. We'll go ahead and attack the lower level one first. and step forward to actually, there we go. And every time your foe is defeated, you have to do another attack. You have to target each one at least once, which is a little annoying at this point, but we're still at the beginning of the game, so everything is still isn't automated yet. Okay, so I'll talk a little bit about the mini map, and that is where it normally would be expected to be. So we've got there it is in the upper right corner there. The M they're talking about is kind of a overall area map. I have to escape from this. There we go. So that's the each one of these kind of rooms has its own name. And one advantage to looking at this is it has a goal listed at the bottom. I must reach the king before he signs the treaty. We'll see that the goal will change depending on where you are in the game. Right now we started here at the aerial gardens, and we just defeated the Remora here, so it's time to go on to the next level. Lower apartments, and then upper apartments, and then the high hall. So let's go ahead and do that. C to exit. Keep going. So even though Bosch is the captain, everybody's sort of following Reks at this point.
Vossler! Where are you?
What if Captain Azulis has fallen?
Don't talk such nonsense. Vossler's laughed in the face of death far too many times for him to stop now. Men like him don't die in places like this.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
must make
what
haste
about
to
men
reach the
like
king.
me?
We will take him to safety.
Is His Majesty unharmed?
He'll agree to an unconditional surrender. They wouldn't dare touch him until the wax on his seal is dry.
But if we arrive after he signed the treaty...
Wait. Quickly, Reks.
Okay, so more Imperials to look out for. Keep an eye on the mini-map because you can see where they are. They'll show up as red dots, whereas the friendlies show up as blue dots. I think Bosch kind of panicked for no reason there. I'm not sure. Let's explore a little bit here. Right. Yeah, see, everybody's following us, even though we're like the youngest person in the party here. Oh, here we go. Alright, he talks a little bit about escaping, and there's really no reason to talk about that now because, like I said, it's pretty hard to lose one of these battles, but good idea to make a note for future reference in case there is a battle you want to escape from. It's not like it's never going to happen in the entire game. So it's left control. I'm not going to practice that right now, but just make a mental note of that, I guess. And there are swordsmen and magus, or magi, I don't know. There's a swordsman and a magus, or magus. you could be a little bit subtle about which order you're talking about. The Magus obviously is going to be equipped with spells, whereas the Swordsman is just going to attack physically. And there might be a reason to take out the Magus first, because they're going to have probably lower armor and defense and whatnot, so that might be a good idea to attack him first, but that's kind of a subtlety that we don't need to worry about at this point in the game, I think. But I'm gonna do that anyway. So let's go and find him. Yeah. Ow. There you go. Okay, that's the problem with attacking, is they attack back. Yeah, they're all the same in terms of... Okay, what we have there, that little bag, is loot. In previous games like this, the items dropped by enemies would be collected in a separate screen. In this, it just sort of, we just sort of collect them by magnetism. So we'll see that, we'll kind of absorb that loot, I think. And there's a whole thing with chaining enemies, which I won't get into today. And we also get a little bit of money, which we won't be able to spend anyway, but whatever. Let's go ahead and set our next target here. Let's go after that guy. Okay. So people are there's a lot of these soldiers have unlimited potions, so it's hard to even worry about health at this point. That will be part of the game later. Are there any more red circles? I don't think so. So let's just keep going. I think let's see what's on at the end of this hallway here. Okay, this is a typical treasure chest in the game. Get close enough to open it, and then space, and we get whatever's inside. And I think, yeah, that's all we need to worry about with those. Oh, okay, hang on, we've got more swordsmen here. Try to go after the weakest one first here. Right. Gone. Let's head back. Oops. Wrong way. It's a little bit strange in terms of finger position here because I'm using my left hand on the ASDF or WASD to move, and then my right hand is on the arrow keys instead of the mouse, so I'm basically not using the the mouse at all. Okay. And we've got our first save crystal, which Bosch is very kindly explaining to us. Touch the crystal to restore health and magic, and allow for a save. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Right. Right, we must reach... Yeah, so let's do the save thing first. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I think I've got a previous save from one of my practice runs here, but I'm gonna overwrite that. Oh, no? Okay. Yeah, this is from a previous save, so I'm just gonna go ahead and overwrite that. Alright. Let's go ahead and exit there, C to exit. And continue on. Alright.
Intruders! Don't let them escape!
Yeah.
Sir, we have little time. You must go to the king.
Yeah. Escape is not really our
handle
plan.
these.
Fight well.
Okay, I'll try. Alright, let's see here. No, we don't have any backup this time, so we need to be a little bit more careful about tactics here. It's almost certainly not going to be a huge issue, but we do want to make sure if we start getting low on health that we do do something about it rather than relying on people throwing potions at us. Let's do A first, since that seems to be... B seems to be a higher level than the other ones. But C is closer. I'll do C first. Okay. And now we'll do A, since that's the next... since he's also a lower level. Okay, and now I'll do a white magic cure. We still have plenty of HP there, but it's not going to hurt to top ourselves off at this point. Okay. And make sure we have him targeted. You can speed up the battle here, but I generally like to keep it slow and careful. If you don't like that, then this is probably not the playthrough or the let's play for you then. Where are we going here? I think we're going oh, passage door, right. Okay. Let me check the map here. Yeah. I think this is gonna be a dead end. Yeah, so let's just turn around and go back And down here... and we get another cutscene. So it looks like our band ran into a very nasty ambush there. There's the king, and he is already dead, so the whole thing was kind of pointless. And
Captain,
we've just been
why?
dealt a mortal wound here.
King, what have you done?
The king intended all along to sell Dalmasca to the Empire. His Majesty was a traitor.
Captain,
Seize the insurgent. Along!
Well, so much for peaceful negotiations.
We'll never surrender to you. We are not cattle to be sold by a traitor king.
But the war is over, my dear captain. You have lost. Dalmasca is the property of the Empire now.
Yeah.
And think, we intended to let you keep some of your sovereignty, out of respect. But now you've gone and ruined that. Haven't you, Captain?
Okay.
We will
Pretty
never
sure it was
bow to
ruined
you.
before.
And the people of Dalmasca will hate you for it. Take the captain away.
Off you go.
Vaughn, yeah. That's Rex's brother, in case that wasn't clear.
Pretenses of peace left by the wayside, the Arcadian forces resumed their advance toward Rabanasta. Dalmasca's doom had been decided. To make resistance would serve no end. With this foremost in my thoughts, I to the people of Dalmasca. Sons and daughters of Dalmasca, I bid you lay down your arms. Raise songs of prayer in their stead. Prayer for His Majesty King Raminas, ever merciful, a man devoted wholly to peace. Prayer, too, for the noble Princess Ash, who, wrought with grief at her kingdom's defeat, has taken her own life. Know also that Captain Bosch von Ronsenberg, for incitement of sedition and the assassination of His Royal Majesty King Raminas, has been found guilty of high treason and put to his death. They who at this late hour choose still the sword are cut of the same cloth as the captain. Traitors who would lead Dalmasca to her ruin. Dalmasca's surrender without terms was soon to follow.
So that was Andor, and he was you saw him or heard him at least at the end of the first cutscene, talking about the whole political situation. Now another cutscene. I wonder if I can pause this here.
Vaughn, hurry it up or they'll find.
Yeah, okay. So, now we start playing as Vaughn, which is Rex's younger brother, I think a couple of years have passed since the last scene, so Vaughn is now in his mid-teens instead of being in his early teens. And the Rex was also mortally wounded, and I gather it's a little not really explicit, but I gather he lives just long enough to explain that Bosch assassinated the king, and it was on his evidence that Bosch was sentenced to death. That kind of all happens off screen, though, so we kind of have to read between the lines on that. Meanwhile, so Rex is gone. Ash is gone. Wrestler is gone. Ramnus is gone. There's no one left except of the Dalmascan royal family, or the Albanian royal family anymore, and everything is run by the Arcadians now. And like I said, we're now like a couple years into the Arcadian occupation of Dalmasca. So I will continue picking up the story with Vaughn in the next episode. Hope you'll join me for that, and until then, bye.